In today's video, we're bringing you guys the top 5 meta loadouts in Warzone 4. These loadouts are absolutely insane. Drop a like in the video so we can break 200 likes. Comment shout out on the screen. Let's get right on to these top 5 meta loadouts. Starting off at number 5, we have the Strahfe 91. In my opinion, this is the second best loadout in the game for assault rifles. I love this gun. It's still broken. Let's get right onto it. Starting off with the optic. The optic will always be personal preference, but in my opinion, the Jason Armory 2x is where it's at. It's my favorite optic in the game. It just makes it feel like this gun's got absolutely zero recoil. So I please highly recommend that y'all put this thing on for that recoil gun kick, but it is always personal preference. After you use the Jason Armory 2x, you want to go over to none other than the muzzle, and to reduce all of the recoil on this gun, you want to put on the compensator. Now that's going to give us that vertical recoil control that we do need on this thing to make it absolutely broken. The compensator paired up with the next attachment I'm about to show you is going to reduce all of the recoil on this model. I'll just quickly show you the advanced stats. As you can see, minus 35 for that recoil gun kick and minus 35 for that vertical recoil. So you're getting a whole lot of, controllable recoil with this thing, and a lot of vertical recoil, which is very, very good. It's going to help out this gun a lot. So please put on the compensator. After you do put this on, you want to go over to the barrel section and you want to put on none other than the long barrel. Now I will always put on the long barrel in terms of having more damage range. Okay, the long barrel will give you the most damage range in the game for, in terms of the barrels, and that's what I want. Okay, I want as much damage as we can possible, and putting this on is going to make this thing absolutely broken. I'll show you the advanced stats. As you can see, damage at effective range is at 61.1, which is very, very good, and then the damage beyond range is at 61.1 as well. So I highly recommend that you listen to your boy and you put on this long barrel right now. It's going to literally make this thing have the best damage in the game, so please put it on. After you do put this on, you want to go over to the underbarrel, which is a very, very important attachment. It's going to reduce all the recoil. It will be none other than the vertical foregrip. Now this is going to give us that horizontal recoil control that we do need. The compensator gives us that vertical recoil. The vertical foregrip gives us that horizontal recoil. So that's that, that horizontal sway that we're talking about, trying to reduce all of that recoil, and that is what's going to give us, man. So I'll just quickly show you the advanced stats for y'all. As you can see on the screen, minus 40 for that horizontal recoil, which is very, very good. It's going to help this gun so much with recoil. So please put on this vertical foregrip right now. After we do put on this vertical foregrip, you want to go over to the last and final attachment. Okay, we need ammo, we need magazine. So you're going to go to the magazine section and you're going to put on none other than extended mag 1. Now I know I've got the extended mag 2 locked, but I wouldn't recommend this. Okay, this gun doesn't shoot as fast as all the other assault rifles, and having the 40 I feel like is enough. Okay, if you're playing quads, probably you should put on the extended mag 2. I don't have that unlocked yet, but when I do unlock that for quads, I'll probably use that. But if you're playing solos, duos, or trios, extended mag 1 is absolutely fine. So please put this on and you'll have the best Model L setup in the game. This is the best Model L class setup in Warzone 4 right now. Take a screenshot of this incredible setup. This is the number 5 loadout. Without further ado, let's get on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the KSV. Now this is a top 3 meta SMG in my opinion in the game right now. The KSV is absolutely broken, and if you hit all your shots, especially headshots, it might be, contending for number 2, number 1, man. So please give this setup a go. Let's get right onto it. Starting off with the muzzle, you want to go ahead and put on the compensator. This is going to give us that vertical recoil control that we do on the KSV to make it absolutely broken. Okay, recoil control on any gun is so important on this game, especially on the KSV. We're trying to reduce that completely so this gun has no recoil. We'll quickly show you the advanced stats. As you can see on the screen, minus 32 for that recoil gun kick, minus 35 for that vertical recoil control. So you're getting a whole lot of, recoil control with the KSV and reducing it a lot, man. So please put on this compensator right now. After you put on this compensator, you want to go over to the barrel section and you put on none other than the long barrel. I've been saying this and I'll say this forever, until they nerf the long barrel, until they bring out, another barrel. In my opinion, please put on the please put on the long barrel for that damage range I was saying. Okay, damage range is very important if you want, more bullet velocity. But see, this is an SMG. You don't really need bullet velocity. For an SMG, you want to shoot up close range, be able to do as much damage as you can. The long barrel is going to do that, okay? You need to put the long barrel on right now. It's going to really increase the damage range overall on this gun, because as you can see on the screen, damage at effective is at 19.6 and damage beyond is at 49.8, which is just absolutely incredible for this gun. So please put on the long barrel. After you put on the long barrel, you want to go overhead to the third attachment, which is in the underbarrel section. I'm going to put on none other than the Ranger foregrip. This is going to give us that horizontal recoil control and sprinting movement speed that we do need. Now, since this is an SMG, we're not running that vertical recoil because we don't need that much recoil control. Okay, this gun has already got really good recoil. We need to put on the Ranger foregrip for that horizontal recoil control and sprinting movement speed, in my opinion. That is very important, especially with the sprinting movement speed. You're running an SMG, okay? Sprinting movement speeds are very important. That is what the Ranger foregrip does have for us. So I'll quickly show you the advanced stats for y'all. As you can see on the screen, -2 for that recoil gun kick, -20 for that recoil control, horizontal recoil control, and +6 for that sprinting movement speed, which is very, very good, very, very OP for this KSV. So please put on this Ranger foregrip right now. After you put this on, you want to go over to none other than the magazine section, and you want to put on the extended mag 2. Now, this SMG shoots very quick. Okay, it's a very fast shooting SMG. The mobility is already great on this thing, so you can put on the extended mag 2 for that 50. You're going to need the 50, and it's not going to affect the mobility much at all. Okay, it's very good. Once you put on the 50 round mag, you'll have, you know, enough ammo to be able to wipe a squad, or at least wipe a trio without having to reload. So please put on the extended mag 2. After you put on the extended mag 2, you want to go over to the final attachment, which is the stock, and that's going to be the no stock attachment. This is going to boost the mobility through the roof, make this gun absolutely broken. Okay, the hipfire movement speed, and strafing movement speed will all be buffed through the roof. Okay, your mobility is going to be crazy with this thing. I'll quickly show you the advanced stats, as you can see on the screen right there. +18 for that movement speed and +27 for that crouching movement speed, which is very, very good. It's going to boost the mobility so much with this gun. So when you put on the no stock and all the attachments I've showed you, you will have the best KSV setup in the game. This is the best KSV class setup right now. This is one of the top 3 meta SMGs in this game. I love this setup so much. Without further ado, let's get on to loadout number 3. Coming in at number 3, we have the PPSH-41. This SMG is absolutely insane. It's absolutely broken. It is coming at number 2 in my opinion for all the SMGs in the game right now. Let's get right on to it. Starting off with the muzzle, you want to use none other than the compensator, man. Okay, I've been saying this forever, okay, and I'm always going to run the compensator to reduce recoil. There is no other muzzle better than the compensator. Okay, the suppressor I don't mind on a gun if it's already got really good recoil control and, you know, you're just trying to suppress it, trying to not be hurt on the minimap. But most guns have recoil control and you're trying to reduce that completely, and that is what the compensator is going to give us. I'll quickly show you the advanced stats. As you can see on the screen, with this compensator, you get -30 for that recoil gun kick, -35 for that vertical recoil. So you're getting a whole lot of, you know, recoil control and, you know, all that good stuff with this compensator. So please put this thing on right now. It is absolutely broken and it's going to make this gun feel like it doesn't move. So put this thing on. After you put on the compensator, you want to go over to none other than the barrel section and put on the long barrel, man. So, you know, I've been saying this for ages. I love the long barrel so much. Okay, it's going to increase the damage range on this thing heaps, and just like all the other guns I use, okay, I only use the long barrel because I'm trying to increase the damage as much as we can and make this thing absolutely broken. Okay, we'll show you the advanced stats as you can see on the screen. +20 for the damage at effective range, and then 38.6 for the damage beyond range, which is very, very good. It's boosting it a ton, and it's going to make this thing absolutely broken. So please put on the long barrel. After you put on the long barrel, you want to go over to the under barrel section, and you want to put on none other than the vertical foregrip. Now, this gun does have more recoil control, recoil than the KSV. Okay, we would put on the Ranger if it didn't have as much, but we're trying to reduce it completely, man. And that is what the vertical foregrip is going to do to us. It's going to give it so much horizontal recoil, and it's literally going to take it out of the game. Okay, it's going to make this gun have no recoil. We'll show you the advanced stats on the screen. As you can see, -8 for that recoil gun kick, -45 for that horizontal recoil control. So you're getting a whole lot of, you know, recoil control for the recoil gun kick and horizontal recoil with this PPSH, which is very, very good, very, very broken. So please put on this vertical foregrip right now. After you put this on, you want to go over to none other than the magazine section, and yes, you're going to put on the extended mag 2. Okay, the 55 rounds on this thing is broken. Mobility is already crazy on this setup, and the next attachment I show you will reduce the mobility even more. We need the 55 rounds on this thing, man, because we run out of ammo very quick. This gun shoots extremely fast, way faster than most of the guns in the game, so you're gonna need the 55 rounds. So please listen to your boy HAYDZ, put this thing on right now. After you put on the 55 rounds, you want to go over to the final attachment, which is the stock, and that is going to be none other than the balanced stock. I love the balanced stock so much on this thing. Okay, it gives you hip fire movement, strafing movement speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed. It's so much, man, and it's so good. I always love the balanced stock, and we're going to quickly show you the advanced stats on the screen. As you can see, +11 for that movement speed, +16 for the crouch movement speed, and -10 for that sprinting movement speed, which is just absolutely incredible. This is why I love this gun so much, man. This PPSH is absolutely broken. This is why it's number 2 for me out of all the SMGs. The next SMG I show you will be the best, but this is coming at number 2. This is the best PPSH-41 class setup in the game right now, coming from your boy HAYDZ. Appreciate all the love and support, man. This is the best setup for the PPSH. It's the number 2 SMG. This is loadout 3. Let's get right on to loadout 2. Coming in at loadout number 2, we have the C9. Now, this in my opinion is still the best SMG in the game. When you put on the right attachments, this thing is absolutely broken. The movement's insane. The damage is insane. It's still, in my opinion, the best SMG. So let's get right onto the setup. Starting off with the muzzle. You want to go over to the muzzle section and you want to put on the compensator. Now, this is going to give us that vertical recoil control that we do need on this thing to make it absolutely broken, okay? Putting on the compensator on this gun and any gun you use in BO6 Warzone, it's going to reduce all of the recoil. So please put this thing on right now. After you put on the compensator, you want to go over to the barrel section and you want to put on none other than the long barrel. Okay, this is an SMG. We want to put on a barrel that's going to increase the damage as much as we can. You don't need to worry about range, okay? You don't need to put on the gain twist for bullet velocity. You don't need to put on the reinforced barrel for bullet velocity and damage range. We want the long barrel because it gives us the most damage range, okay? And that's why we're putting it on. So please put on the long barrel. After you put on the long barrel for the C9, you want to go over to the underbarrel section and put on that Ranger foregrip. Now, like I was saying, we did put on the Ranger for the KSV, not for the PPSH because that does have a little bit of recoil. This gun doesn't have barely any recoil. So we're going to put on the Ranger foregrip for, you know, reducing that horizontal recoil. Obviously not as much as the vertical, but we're putting on the Ranger for mostly the sprinting movement speed because this thing is an SMG. We're trying to increase that a lot, try and make this thing absolutely broken. So please put on the Ranger foregrip right now. After you put this thing on, you want to go over to the magazine and put on none other than the extended mag 2. Now this is going to give us that 50 rounds, man. Literally going to be able to wipe a quad without having to, you know, reload and all that good stuff, man. We need to put on the extended mag 2. If you're playing solos or duos, I'm fine with y'all putting on the extended mag 1, which is 40 rounds. That is fine. But if you're playing trios or quads, may as well just put this on. It barely takes any mobility off. It's just going to increase your magazine ammo count and having to reload as often. So please put this thing on. After you put this on, you want to go over to none other than the final attachment, which is the stock, and that is going to be the Infiltrator stock. This is going to give us that aim walking movement speed to make this thing absolutely broken. We've already got fast movement speed and we're trying to boost the aim walking movement speed, man. So please put this thing on. We're getting plus 18 for that ADS speed, which is just absolutely incredible. And it's going to make this thing absolutely broken. So please put on the Infiltrator stock, put on all the attachments I've shown you for the C9, and you'll have the best SMG setup in the game. This is the most broken C9 class setup in Warzone 4 right now. This is the number 1 meta SMG. This is loadout number 2. Let's get on to the best loadout in the game. I just want to quickly show y'all, you know, the tacticals, lethal, and perks that I do use for Warzone. I've been getting a lot of questions with that. So with the tacticals, I run stim shot, okay? When you've just, you know, just been shot, you're low HP, you're trying to, you know, get that up real quick, use a stim, man. Impact grenades, I've been loving my impact grenades. I did used to run a frag or a semtex and even a throwing knife just to, you know, finish the down quick. But an impact grenade, I've realized, is absolutely broken because as soon as you throw it and it hits anything, it's just going to explode on impact. So when you're shooting at a whole squad, if there's a whole squad stacking, if you throw 2 impact grenades at them, they're all downed, okay? It's absolutely incredible. That's why I do run impact grenades. Now, for the perks, I do run Survivor, okay? I love Survivor because, you know, it regains health very quick, and I've always run Survivor. I've never run anything else because I'm trying to, you know, regen health, it says here, after 3 seconds, which is very, very good, and especially with stims, it's absolutely broken. That's what I do run for that. For perk number 2, I run Quick Fix. This is pretty much, you know, putting on plates really quick. So when you see me in my games putting on plates with one hand, it's very quicker. It's a lot better. It also gives you health regeneration triggers on guns, melee, and throwing knife kills, which is very broken, very good in my opinion. So that's what I do on Quick Fix. Finally, for perk 3, we run Tempered. This is pretty much your armor plates are full in 2 plates instead of 3, which is very good. You have to put on 2 plates and then you're done. You don't have to put on 3, which I've always loved. That's why I run Tempered. So please run this. I highly recommend you run Stim Shot, Impact Grenades, and those perks that I've just shown you. Let's get on to the number 1 loadout. The number 1 loadout is finally here, and this is going to be the Cypher 91. This assault rifle is absolutely broken. One of the best meta assault rifles we've had in all of Call of Duty. I love this gun so much. This is the number 1 meta loadout. Let me show y'all right now. Starting off the optics, you want to go right over, man, and this is always going to be personal preference, but in my opinion, the Jason Armory 2 times is just different, okay? I love this optic so much. It gives you that 2 times magnification, that recoil gun kick, all of that good stuff. I find it very, very important to have an optic of your choice that you love and you desire so much. So this is just my personal preference to run the Jason Armory, but the choice is yours. This is what I do run. After you put this on, you want to go over to the muzzle and you want to put on none other than the compensator. This is an assault rifle, okay? We're trying to reduce as much recoil as we can, and the compensator reduces as the most recoil out of all the muzzles. So please put on the compensator right now. We'll quickly show you the advanced stats for y'all. As you can see, minus 32 for that recoil gun kick, minus 35 for that vertical recoil. So you're getting a whole lot of, you know, recoil control, recoil gun kick, and vertical recoil control to reduce the recoil on this gun to make it broken. So please put on the compensator right now. After you put on the compensator, you want to go to none other than the barrel and put on the long barrel. Okay, now I know you're probably thinking, HAYDZ, you should probably put on the gain twist for bullet velocity for more range, or reinforce for both damage range and bullet velocity. Well, guess what? You're probably right, but it is my personal preference, and after all, I want it as much damage as I can, man. That's just me, okay? That's just me. Yes, if you're shooting at a far distance, you'll be a bit of a liability because gain twist or reinforce is better, but when you're shooting at close range, even like, you know, 30 to 50 meters with this thing, dude, the damage is absolutely crazy. So please put on the long barrel right now. After you do put this thing on, you want to go over to the underbarrel and you want to reduce as much recoil as you can, and putting on the vertical foregrip will do so. Now we're running the compensator to reduce that vertical recoil. This vertical foregrip is going to reduce the horizontal recoil control. So that side sway that I'm talking about with this assault rifle, that will be fully reduced. Please put this thing on right now. After you put this on, you want to go over to the final attachment, which is the magazine, and that's going to be none other than the extended mag 2. This is going to give us that 60 round ammo magazine. You don't need to worry about mobility, handling, ADS speed, all that good stuff. The ADS is fun, sprinting is fun, and you don't need to worry about sprinting anyway, because when you're sprinting, you've got your SMG out to run as fast as you can, or even your knife. So you don't need to worry about that. You want to have as much ammo as you can on this Cypher 91 setup. So please put this on right now. Put on all the attachments I've shown you, and you'll have the most #1 broken loadout in your game. This is the #1 meta loadout. The Cypher 91 is absolutely broken. Take a screenshot of this setup. It is the best class setup for the assault rifle in the game. It's the best AR in the game. I appreciate all the love, support, and all the banger videos. Like, subscribe, turn those post notifications on so you never miss a banger video, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Touch me.